Hello everyone, Lee Martin here from SportsbookReview.com. Our favorite season is back, and you know what that means. Yes, my weekly top 5 NFL picks are back as well. We have a fun season ahead of us, so before I jump into my picks, be sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button so you're always notified regarding new picks content. Starting with my first pick, I have the Washington football team versus the LA Chargers. The Chargers are now under a new head coach in Brandon Staley. Herbert will have his weapons in Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and Justin Eckler. However, I only worry about their consistency. Washington, on the other hand, is much stronger defensively. Their defensive front has been growing and is becoming even more dangerous, especially against the pass. We can agree, the Chargers have a stronger offense than Washington, but Washington's defense is far better than LA's. Washington's defense should be able to get to Herbert and Eckler, while the O-line will help Fitzpatrick have more time in the pocket. Watch for Washington's D to contain the Chargers and get them the W. I'm taking the Washington football team at a pick'em via BetOnline. Moving on to my second pick with the Seattle Seahawks versus the Indianapolis Colts. We have a healthy Russell Wilson against a Carson Wentz coming back from a foot injury and is also dealing with COVID protocols. You can't say Russ was inconsistent last year with 13 total turnovers, but do you think powerhouse Russ is out of his prime? I don't think so just yet. The Colts do have a great secondary and proved to be able to hold up against the run last year. Their key weapon at the moment offensively is Jonathan Taylor. In the Colts' last 7 games, Taylor averaged 20 carries per game. If we are predicting the same route this season with an average of 20 touches, then you can predict that Seahawks D will be all over him. Although Russ had his bad moments last season, I envision he's ready to start the season off strong like the old Russ and connect on plays. Also, the Seahawks opened at +3 and they are now favored -2.5. If you got the Seahawks at plus money, then I think you have the best play for this matchup. Even with laying the points, I think Seattle can easily cover the spread against a subpar offense. This may end close in points, but enough for Seattle to cover the spread. So I'm laying the points and taking the Seattle Seahawks -2.5 via BetOnline. Let's make our way to my third pick with the New England Patriots versus the Miami Dolphins. I've seen a lot of doubt on both ends when it comes to the quarterbacks. Either Jones is not ready yet, or Tua is not talented enough. I think that's false. I could not imagine Belichick not preparing his new starting quarterback, as he always has a plan, and Tua can play a great game when he has his protection. The one thing that Miami has is a very strong D. Last year they led the NFL in interceptions and was second in touchdown passes, so they'll be trying to give Mac Jones a hard time and will probably succeed at times. New England, on the other hand, was not efficient last year. This year, Belichick has new plans with Mac Jones throwing in center. Belichick is the kind of coach that loves to build his team around his quarterback, and I definitely believe he did it this year for Jones. You also can't underestimate the Patriots D. They're very tough as well and will also give Tua a hard time. The only difference? Tua isn't as sharp under pressure. On top of that, their D picked off 18 throws last season. I will not be surprised if there are mistakes made offensively for Miami. Yes, Tua has been in the game longer than Mac, but I truly believe Mac is more skilled, and Belichick definitely has been preparing him for week 1. The Patriots are at home, and I envision them winning by at least a touchdown. I'm taking the New England Patriots -3 via BetOnline. For my fourth pick, I have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Minnesota has Irv Smith out with a meniscus injury and could potentially be out all season. And right now, Minnesota cannot risk losing any key offensive players. They're still a work in progress and have gray areas that need growth offensively. However, their defense is their strongest point at the moment. Their running attack may pose a threat, but even then, Burrow should be capable of handling the Minnesota secondary. Both offenses have their strong points, but Burrow will be able to drive the ball downfield and gain a close win for the Bengals. The Bengals' defensive line is also intact, so the run game for Dalvin Cook may be put to a halt. The plus money looks great to me, so I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals +3 via BetOnline. For my fifth and final pick, I have Monday Night Football with the Baltimore Ravens and Las Vegas Raiders. Although Lamar Jackson is the powerhouse for the Ravens, I still have a bunch of question marks on how the Ravens will perform with a list of running backs and receivers out with injuries or potential injuries. J.K. Dobbins, Justice Hill, Miles Boykin, Marquise Brown is week to week, the list goes on. Brown does say he is 100% healthy, but he has also said he's hoping his missed time won't be a problem. To me, that's a problem. Last season, Baltimore did lead the NFL in rushing and defending against the run, but they were also last in passing. Lamar should aim to pass more often so they don't potentially end up last in passing in the NFL again. John Gruden has been working on growing his team overall. The offense is strong with the pass, and they've been working on their non-existent run game. It should be tough for the Ravens to defend against the pass, but also don't be surprised if Vegas cannot run the ball. As a whole, the Raiders have their team together and healthy, while the Ravens do not. This is another instance where the Raiders will kick a game-winning field goal and will cover the spread. So I'm taking the Las Vegas Raiders plus 4.5 via BetOnline. Well, those are my top 5 NFL picks for Week 1. To find more NFL picks to help you make your best bets, visit sbrpicks.com/NFL. Be sure to also hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss any new content. I wish you all the best of luck on all of your wagers. I'll see you around.